At the edge of a rapidly growing city, far from the noise of traffic and crowds, there lay a wide, empty construction field. Dust floated across the plain like drifting smoke, and the scent of earth carried through the wind. In the quiet corner of this site stood an old excavator, scratched, weathered and forgotten by most. Its once bright yellow paint had faded to a rough, dusty mustard colour. The metal panels carried dents from years of heavy work. Grease stains clung to the joints like old battle scars. To many workers, it looked like nothing more than a machine at the end of its career. But to one man, it meant far more. His name was Rahim, a calm, steady operator in his mid-40s. He wasn't loud, he wasn't dramatic, and he never exaggerated his skills. He simply worked, day after day, silently, patiently. And every morning before anyone else arrived, Rahim sat inside that old excavator, turned the key, and waited for the sunrise. The engine wasn't perfect. It coughed and sputtered like an old smoker waking up from a long night. But slowly, steadily, the rumble settled into a deep, warm growl. Rahim always smiled at that sound. "Good morning, hey," he whispered. It became a ritual, a small moment of connection between a man and a machine most people no longer respected. The new machines. As the city expanded, the company bought newer, bigger, flashier excavators. Smooth hydraulics, bright LED screens, automated sensors and powerful engines. The workers admired them instantly. "Look at this beauty," one said. "Technology, brother. Times have changed," another replied. And they were right. The new machines were impressive, but Rahim stayed with the old one. Not because he had to, but because he wanted to. He knew every sound it made, every vibration, every weakness. He knew when the hydraulic pressure dropped, even before the gauge showed it. He knew how to adjust the throttle so the engine wouldn't overheat on hot summer days. And most importantly, he trusted it. Machines break. Machines age. Machines get replaced. But this one had heart. The challenge. One morning, the site supervisor gathered everyone. His voice was serious. "Listen up. We've got a major problem," he said, waving a clipboard. "We must finish a deep excavation for the new foundation before the weekly inspection. The soil sample report came in, and it's a mess." The workers read the ground analysis. Hard clay, buried concrete, thick gravel, the kind of terrain that even new machinery struggled with. "Use the new excavator first," the boss said. "We need to finish this fast." The sparkling new excavator was brought forward. Its engine hummed like a high-end sports car. It lowered its bucket and pressed into the ground, and the bucket bounced back. The machine tried again, using more power. The sensors beeped. The hydraulic pressure warning flashed. "This soil is too tough," one operator muttered. "Push it more," another shouted. But nothing worked. They switched operators. They tried different angles. They tried different hydraulic settings. Still nothing. The brand new, expensive, high-tech excavator was stuck, defeated by rough earth and buried debris. Whispers spread. "What do we do now? We won't make the deadline. Boss will kill us." Rahim stood at the back, arms folded, quietly observing. Then the supervisor turned to him. "Rahim, bring your old machine." The workers looked at each other. Some smiled sarcastically. Some whispered, "That old thing?" Others shook their heads, but Rahim didn't react. He simply nodded, walked toward the old excavator, climbed into the seat and turned the key. The engine roared, louder, deeper, rougher than any new machine. Everyone turned to look. The iron test. Rahim drove slowly toward the dig site. The ground was uneven, but the old tracks handled it like they had done 1,000 times before. He lowered the boom. The bucket hovered over the tough soil. Everyone held their breath. Rahim didn't rush. He didn't force it. He listened. To the hydraulics, to the engine, to the ground. Then he pressed the bucket down. The teeth bit into the soil. Deep. A crunch. A vibration. And then the earth broke open. In a single, powerful scoop, Rahim lifted a bucket full of clay and stone that the new machine couldn't touch. The workers stared, stunned, again and again and again. The old excavator chewed through the ground like a hungry beast waking from sleep. Its hydraulics groaned, its engine growled, but it didn't stop. Within an hour, the foundation pit was deeper than the new machine had managed all morning. Whispers turned into respect. This machine still has power. No, Rahim has power. He's making that old thing look unbeatable. The hidden obstacle. Just when everything was going smoothly, the bucket struck something hard, something buried deep under the soil. Concrete, Rahim muttered, left over from an old demolished building. The new machine hadn't reached this depth, but now they had no choice but to break through it. The supervisor shouted, "Stop! We need a breaker attachment. Don't push the old machine too hard." But Rahim knew the site didn't have time. The deadline was brutal. If they waited for attachments, the project would fall behind. So he made a decision. He positioned the excavator carefully, raised the boom high and brought it down with controlled force. The bucket teeth slammed into the hidden concrete. Crack. Dust rose, the ground trembled. Another hit. Crack. Workers stepped back. Some held their breath. Third hit. Boom! A large piece of concrete broke loose. The old excavator had done what even the new one might fail at, without special attachments. The team erupted in cheers. The supervisor shouted, "Keep going! We're back on schedule!" And Rahim worked, steady, patient, relentless, until the last piece of concrete was cleared. The storm. By afternoon, dark clouds rolled across the sky. The wind